The fire ability can now be evolved. Pay a visit to Wildy's weapons shop. Welcome back to more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time we challenged Meta Knight at the Colosseum and continued exploring Winterhorns. This time, I do want to take a break from the main adventure to upgrade an ability. Very soon, we will want a specific ability, which luckily we just got the blueprint for. Whoa, is that a Dragonfire blueprint? I want to make that. Gimme, gimme! Alright, let me get my tools ready. Then we'll get this evolution started. Thanks for waiting. The fire ability can now be evolved into Dragonfire. Would you like to evolve the fire ability into Dragonfire? The fire ability has evolved into Dragonfire. This should not be surprising, considering I've been praising this ability constantly throughout this playthrough, but now we have the level 3 fire ability, which is extremely powerful. We also have this little special dash now. We can basically glide if we hold down the attack button when doing our fire dash. This will be very helpful very soon, so I wanted to make sure we had this. With that taken care of, let's head over to Winterhorns. This is not Winterhorns. Luckily it's not too far away. There we go, and Burr, we're not gonna stay here too long, right? I might freeze. Our next stage is the Battle of Blizzard Bridge. This has a very ominous start to a Kirby level, in a way that I don't think I was fully expecting. So, we have two enemies here, Sir Kibble and one of the ranger enemies. And if we go a little bit farther, we have a mini-boss against Wild Edge. Again, this is why I wanted fire for this, because it'll make our lives so much easier. Yeah, we're already halfway through this fight. This is honestly one of the toughest stages for actually getting all the Wildies. Not the Wildies directly, but the actual missions. A couple missions here are actually really difficult, and a little bit annoying to get also, so I'm actually wondering how this is going to go. I'm actually going to back up a little bit, to be honest, because I almost feel like I missed something already. I remember one of the objectives really clearly, but I honestly feel like I've forgotten a different one, so I'm gonna be a little bit careful when going through this area. Here we have a little side path with a little optional puzzle area. We need sword for this, so sadly we have to drop our new fire ability. We have to basically chop down that vine in such a way that the cone falls on solid ground. Now we have to basically make our way downwards using the cone and trying to actually land properly. Here's our first Wildie of the stage, presumably. And we also, over here to the left, have a wanted poster. So let's take this down. It's a wanted poster of Elfilin this time. Remove 4 wanted posters. I am very paranoid because I don't want to play the stage twice. This is probably one of the more annoying stages to have to replay, so I'm being a little bit overly cautious. That was smooth. Also, one thing I don't like is if you take fall damage, you actually aren't able to move right away if you're holding the control stick. You have to let go and then press again to start moving. It's kind of weird. Alright, so we're being given hammer. I almost want to stick with sword since we have the Meta Knight sword. We took damage, sadly, so that means we won't have sword beams for this. Not that this ability isn't already extremely overpowered to the point where even with just sword regularly and not like the sword beams, this probably still won't be too bad. Yeah, this is basically a mini boss rush, which is why, again, I would prefer not to have to go through the stage twice. Realistically, you will probably have to go through the stage twice, and it sucks that this is probably one of the more time-consuming stages. Obviously, in later runs, though, you don't have to worry about everything, like, getting all the wildies and all the wanted posters and things like that, so that does make it a little bit better, but it's still kind of a pain, to be honest. It's not a bad level, just kind of annoying to complete. The music is actually really good, very upbeat and kind of intense. Looking around, I think there's a wanted poster somewhere here, but I don't remember exactly where. We have to basically quickly hit the switch, and that raises this up temporarily, so now we have to carefully platform as a vending machine in order to break this. We aren't given many soda cans for that too, so we have to actually be a little bit careful there. Not overly careful, we still had more than enough, but still good to be on the cautious side. A platform has appeared above us, so let's actually explore. I do feel like the floating mechanics in this game can be a little bit tricky at times, just because of like how it caps your vertical height, basically. Sometimes it doesn't entirely make sense, I find, but usually the times when I actually have trouble are few and far between. Alright, so next up we're being given Ice and Bomb. I think I actually want to stick with Tornado though, given that Tornado is also a pretty solid ability, even not upgraded, it's not bad. Next up is Wild Bonkers. So with Tornado, this is actually a good call because we will be able to pick up a lot of stars and fling them at him pretty easily. I do like how even a lot of the returning abilities have been given new properties that kind of breathe some new life into them. This game doesn't have many abilities. We've actually basically found all the main abilities. Obviously there are upgrade forms of them. But yeah, the actual like base power list is really small for a Kirby game, and I am a little bit torn on it because on one hand, I do miss a few powers. Like, I like a lot of the powers that are mainly in Superstar, like Yo-Yo and Plasma. It would be nice to see those in 3D at some point. But on the other hand, the upgrade system kind of allows you to basically have a variety of different attributes to each ability, kind of making them more involved, even though you still have a small number. It's almost like a quality versus quantity approach, if you ask me. So I'll be honest, we have 3 wanted posters, and I'm starting to worry, because I'm still struggling to remember where all of them are. We have another time challenge, it looks like. And this time, we have to basically rush forward with Hammer, clearing a path for us here. But we also have a car, so we have to climb up, quickly get into car mode, or Kirby, and then dash away to the end to rescue our next Waddle Dee. Overall, not too bad, but a little bit scary because there's a lot of steps involved. Because of all the different moving walls being on their own cycles. It's a little scary, but still not too bad. We did get the wanted poster in here, so I think we're good. And we're being given a bunch of powers here, Drill, Needle, and Fire. I want to go with Fire, and coming up right now is a really hidden Waddle Dee down here. This is very scary to have to drop down below the stage, essentially, but we have plenty of time to fly back up. We have a heal, and we have this little drill enemy. So this is the worst mission possibly in the game, because we have to fight 2 Wild Frosties without taking damage. Yes, really. I am probably going to have to concentrate a little bit here. This is why I wanted to upgrade Fire, because 1, Fire is good for this, and 2, having just the upper level version of it will definitely make this a little bit safer. Still not safe by any means. Trying to use the slow-mo dodges to our advantage. Dodging... That was not good. Dodging straight into the ice there. I don't know why I thought that would work. Well, now I kind of don't really care about getting through without taking damage, since they took damage at all. So yeah, this is why the stage kind of sucks for completion, because you have a lot of stage to go through, and you got the Frosty Ice blueprint. Now you can evolve the ice ability, take it to Wild D's weapons shop. You have to go through a lot of stage to get to this point, and there's no like immediate retry option. So it takes a while to get over here, basically. To the point where every time you have to try for this achievement, it takes a while. I actually might go back for this one later for a very specific reason. So here we have the final Waddle Dee. I also think I missed the secret objective somewhere. So we actually have to go back for 2 things. But again, I might actually wait for a very specific reason. Alright, so now we have a little pipe. We have to carefully roll this through to break the wall on the other side, like so, where the final wanted poster is. But yeah, I actually straight up missed another secret too. So we will have to play the stage again anyway. I will try to go for the damageless fight, but I'm also not making any promises. Basically, we'll be getting Fire after the next stage, so I'm almost like thinking maybe we should just wait until then to try this again, and go out of order and do the next stage. Well, we got most of the objectives. Found the wanted posters, so we don't have to worry about that. But we still need to do the damageless fight. Luckily, it's not the whole stage. I was definitely worried about that in my first playthrough. That would be the whole stage. Oh well. Bomb block. Surprise alien board. The Wild D's helped you open the gate that was blocking your way, head into the stage, and challenge the boss that's guarding this territory. I haven't really been mentioning that you need to save Wild D's to open up the boss door. Looks like they finished the new building in town. Let's go take a look. We'll check that out later. But yeah, we actually got more than enough Wild D's. You really don't need that many compared to how many you can find in stages. And you automatically get like 3 at the end of every level. So you really don't need to go out of your way to find too many. Obviously you need some optional ones. But in general, the requirements are fairly lenient. Alright, so next up is the boss stage, an unexpected Beast King. This is honestly a really fun boss, but I think this will take 2 tries because of one of the clear conditions for the missions. One of the missions involves not guarding, which means it's actually very difficult to get through this without taking damage because it's really hard to dodge a specific attack when we don't have access to the slow-mo dodge. So let's see how this goes. Our next boss is King Dedede, his royal nemesis. So our clear time for this is 1:30, which is, actually isn't too bad. We also have to do this without taking damage or guarding, and there's also a very specific objective as well. That attack, that slide attack, I don't know how to dodge that without doing the slow-mo dodge. So that's why I was just expecting this to take 2 runs, just because I genuinely don't know how to dodge that without guarding. So yeah, some of them definitely have objectives that don't necessarily stack very easily. There's something else we have to keep in mind right about now. And yeah, one of the other secret objectives is to swallow King Dedede's hammer. It will disappear very quickly after you get through phase 1. So you have to be really quick on the draw to actually get the hammer in time before it despawns. But we got it, so all that's left is the damage list. Ow. We got the homing bomb blueprint. Now you can evolve the bomb ability. Take it to Wild D's weapons shop. So we got through without guarding, and I think we got the clear time? I hope? That seemed fast enough. Yep, we got it. So, not a perfect run, but not too bad. So we will have to go through the stage one more time to clear without taking damage. That looks ominous behind us. Elflin has been captured by King Dedede. Explore the next area and save Elflin. We still have a couple of Wild D's to save, so let's head over to Winterhorns and finish up those missions. So first up we have the Battle of Blizzard Bridge once more. And actually, I'm pretty sure one of the objectives I missed is right here, at the start of the stage. I had a feeling I was missing something early on, actually. Take a detour and find a Maxim tomato. I looked it up during the cutscenes to double check where this was. So the reason I did the boss stage and I'm just now going back for this is, frankly, since we don't have to worry about the actual puzzles that require specific copy abilities, we can just blast through all these fights with Dragonfire. I was actually thinking about something off-screen, how I tend to not talk over loading screens, and this game is actually a little bit tricky at times because some of the loading screens don't occur where I think they will. And since I haven't played this game a ton of times, since it's a fairly recent release at the time of recording this, I actually sometimes forget where the loading screens are. On a similar note, something else that complicates recording a game like this is a feature that's actually really good in any other circumstance, which is autosaving. I actually find it really difficult to let's play games with auto-saving because if something goes wrong, like missing the one copy ability unlock, or the blueprint scene at Wild D-Town, there's no way I can really go back and show it because it auto-saves immediately after. So it's one of those like really good modern conveniences if you're not doing a video series, but if you are doing a video series, auto-saving can be actually kind of a problem, weirdly enough. So yeah, it's just something I was thinking about off screen. But yeah, these fights are really trivial when you have a really overpowered ability. Believe it or not, Dragonfire, as much as I like this ability, it's not the most broken ability in the game. There's one more that's actually more broken, and honestly makes a difference for some of the later challenges. I actually would recommend, by the way, if we don't get it on this run, I'll get it off screen because I don't want to spend too much time going through this level constantly on screen. Same with the DDD fight. If we mess it up again, I'll get it off screen. We'll probably start the next video that way if I have to. Let's try this again. So note to self, don't charge towards active ice shards on the ground. I think there's friendly fire too, so keep that in mind. I think the snowballs were damaging the other Frosty. So yeah, keep that in mind. I actually might try to down them separately, just to make it a little bit easier, like just focus on one at a time. This is actually not great. Again, we're doing a lot through just chip damage from Dragonfire, which again is why I very much like this ability a lot in this particular fight, because as you're trying to dodge both, being able to do damage without while still running away is very helpful. So we beat Twin Wild Frosty without getting hit. 2 tries, I'm actually impressed. Again, this can be kind of an annoying mission to go after, so I'm glad it only took 2 attempts. Alright, so with that, we have finished the last regular stage of Winter Horns. Shotso. Knockadile. This robust swimmer has a powerful jaw. It floats on the water's surface, watching and waiting for its prey. Its hide is as tough as armor, so you'll need something bigger than a copy ability to take him down. Do you think Mouthful Mode would do the trick? And let's rematch King Dedede. One thing I actually don't know about this stage and the Brawl at the Mall is I don't know if taking damage from the regular enemies before the boss fight, I don't know if that counts towards the no damage. I kind of acted under the assumption that it did, so I definitely didn't want to take damage from the regular enemies, but again, I don't know if that actually counts, like these enemies here. And same for the Brawl at the Mall, there are a couple enemies before you even get to the boss fight itself. Alright, let's give this a try. We can dodge this time, so that'll make it a little bit easier to go for this. We also don't have to worry about the time limit, so we can just take our time, dodge everything we can. But again, if I mess this up again, I'll get it off screen just for the sake of time. Trying to basically show the strategy to get it at least, or at least my preferred strategy, which is dodge and then just deal a ton of damage while Dedede is staggered. You also don't have to worry about stopping to pick up his hammer. Luckily, you can still pick up your original power, it doesn't despawn right away. So yeah, we can still stick with fire even after dropping it temporarily to pick up the hammer for the achievement. It is actually nice how that works. I feel like it would despawn in other games. So I didn't really talk about the pillar phase, so obviously he'll try to directly attack you, but he can also summon these ice pillars that'll jump out of the ground. They'll be telegraphed by the cracks on the ground. But yeah, he'll also just directly swing the pillar at you. Yeah, we'll defeat him through chip damage, probably. Alright, not too bad. Second try. You can also kind of bounce on Deity, and I like how his little character model will kind of like react. If I knew a way to dodge the slide attack, I could definitely do this in one go. It's not that difficult of a boss. I actually think it's easier than Claraline in terms of getting all the missions in one go. It's just that one attack that is a bit of a hurdle. You've saved all of the Wild D's in Winterhorns. So, instead of heading to the Forbidden Island right away, I think I want to spend some more time getting rare stones. Did we do all of them in Everbay Coast? I think we did. So I guess, unless I'm forgetting any, next up is when Daria remains. Let's go with Hammer. Whack Attack, Hammer Trial. So we have a 3-minute timer and a target time of 1:20. So very generous for just completing it, not so generous for getting the actual bonus time. Again, you don't need to get the bonus times, it's just like an optional thing that will give you some extra star coins, but let's be real, we are rolling in the dough right now. We do not need to worry too much about star coins at the present time. We have mud all across the stage, making this a little bit tougher. With these rabbit enemies, you kind of want to move towards them with the hammer flip in order to actually take them out quickly. I say as I immediately botch this part of the fight. Some of these are a little bit tricky. Also, when it goes into slow-mo, that means you've reached the end of the phase, meaning you should start moving towards the end of the screen where the stairs are about to appear. Start out with a charge attack to deal a ton of damage to Wild Bonkers. I'm not overly worried about taking damage. Charge up again. Get ready to attack when his invincibility wears out. To deal a ton of damage even before the jump attack, and we should be good to go. We have about 10 seconds to run over to the goal. Alright, another rare stone collected. And we'll enter a new area next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Kirby and the Forgotten Land.